Привет, Алиночка. Привет. Привет, привет. Дай-ка вытру. Алиночка, какая умница. Алина. This is oatmeal champorada.
Hello.
And this is milk and chia seeds. Very healthy breakfast. Так, теперь миксер. Смотри, какая получилась. And this one. Когда одета, она правда уже не знаю. Другое дело, да?
Смотри, тогда ножичек на дома не готова и готов. Из этих каши я такую бы каждый день ела.
Ну да, то у нас все время fried egg.
Можно еще добавить немного?
Чуть-чуть.
Мне тоже.
I add 2 spoons of sugar here, but it's not enough.
Ты у филиппинцев спроси, сколько надо.
А они говорят, что по вкусу.
Как они готовят? Все по-разному?
Ну да, кто-то любит больше сахара, кто-то меньше. Некоторые вообще без сахара.
Сахар, мне кажется, это горько слишком. Да, раз.
С днем рождения тебя! С днем рождения тебя! С днем рождения! Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this vlog I wanna answer the questions from followers about how I and Sergey met, what's our love story. I will show you this comment now. Sorry guys for my background. No, maybe that's how it's better. Maybe that's how. This is Alina Jappers, or how to call that. So the first time I met Sergey in 2022 in Russian village in Samal. So yes, he stayed there too. I'm not sure, maybe 1 year or 2 years he stayed there, and then moved to another place in Samal. So he's Israeli, but he's speaking Russian too, because he was born in Ukraine, and it was a Russian-speaking country. So he's almost Russian. Maybe he looks a little bit different, but the way he speaks, it's almost Russian. So the first time Sergey arrived in the Philippines, in 2020, just 1 month before pandemic started. And Sergey found out about Samal Island from my Russian blog. I wrote there how amazing Samal Island is, how good fruits there, good people, good place, good surroundings, everything is amazing. And Sergey read it and decided to come. And by the way, the same was with my ex-husband. He also read my Russian blog and about Samal, about the Philippines, and decided to come. But my ex-husband, he arrived in my resort, and Sergey came to Russian village because my resort was already closed at that time. And in pandemic time, I was in Russia with my family, so we didn't travel because all countries were closed for tourists. But Sergey could not come home to Israel from the Philippines because already the same thing. The Philippines were closed for exit and for new arrivals. And then in March 2022, I with my family came back to the Philippines when the country was open for new tourists after pandemic. So that's when I met Sergey for the first time in real life. So I can say we know each other since 2022. But Sergey knew me before through my Russian blog. So I didn't know him then, but he knew me because he was reading my blog. But in person, we met in 2022. Now I will show you the pictures and a small video the way Sergey looked in 2022 when I first met him. It was white, a little bit curly hair, and I think Alina will have same hair, I hope, because it's so cute. And then in July 2024, I broke up with my husband and I started dating Sergey. And he supported me emotionally so much, so much. We were hiking every day, exploring new places in Samal, and he showed me the places which he knew and I didn't know. And we were vlogging too much together. It was so much fun and it helped me a lot. And guys, I remember I was so happy that time, so happy. I felt like I'm a teenager in love. Can you imagine that? I was 38, but felt like a teenager in love. And by the way, this is Sergey t-shirt. I like to wear it. So my feelings were so strong. I was so happy, and Sergey helped me to came through this breakup. Because even if our relationship with my ex-husband didn't work anymore, but I feel sad because we had family for I think 12 years and we have kids, so it wasn't that easy to break up. I never dated any man for so long, and it was my first marriage. So Sergey helped me so much to come through this. And then in December 2024, there was a conflict between my ex-husband and us, and I had to leave the Philippines immediately and go to Russia to divorce officially, because we broke up, me and my ex-husband, but in the documents we still were wife and husband. And it was suggestion from Filipino police in Samal to go Russia and divorce. It's because of the Filipino law. So I had to go to Russia in the winter immediately. And I remember it was so difficult for me to separate with Sergey. I was afraid not to see him anymore. It was just my fears, but that fears were so strong. I was afraid like maybe something happens in Russia and I could not, and I will not able to go anywhere to the Philippines or anywhere else. And I was afraid like Sergey will not able to come to Russia to me. Yeah, I remember so many fears I had. And I was crying the first weeks after my arrival to Russia. My family was happy to see me, but I felt so bad because of separation with Sergey. And then I found out about the biggest gift of the Philippines. I'm pregnant. So I was waiting for divorce process in Russia, and I had to stay in Russia. But me and Sergey, we met between court hearings. We met in Thailand and spent 1 month together in Thailand plus Vietnam. And then after that, I came back to Russia to finish the divorce and give a birth to our baby Alina. And you know, guys, I was crying to know that God, Sergey, the Philippines, gave me a daughter. I was really crying. Emotions were so strong because I was dreaming about daughter for so many years. I almost stopped believing it may happen in this life. But I remember my feelings like, how can I live this life without a daughter? How? It's impossible. And then we met again here in Goa, where we are right now. And we stayed here for a while to live together, all together. Me, Sergey, Alina, Misha and Kostya, my 2 sons. It's a very new experience for all of us to live all together, because in Samau we lived in different houses. And then in Vietnam we were staying without children. So this is a very unique, very new experience for us to live in one house all together, me, Sergey, and 3 children. And I'm so happy about this experience, about this life all together. To be honest, I had fears about it, how it will be maybe difficult. I didn't know because I didn't have that experience in my life, because I only lived with my family, with my parents. I never lived with somebody else, and I didn't know how it feels like. Everything is nice. We are all happy, just happy all together. And Misha and Kostya father lives very near, so boys see him every day. He brings them to the school and then brings back home. But Sergey needs to come back to Israel for work very soon. I didn't want this to happen, but he needs to. He doesn't have online work. And it's difficult to have any work here or in the Philippines. So maybe someday he will have online work and we can solve this problem, or how to call that. So I think I didn't answer fully on that question, how Sergey stayed in Russian village if he is Israeli. So Russian is his native language. And he knows, by the way, much more languages than me. He knows Russian, Ukrainian, Hebrew, English, at least. And I know only Russian and English, and that's it. I can't understand any Ukrainian or Hebrew. It's like languages from another planet for me. So there are so many Russian-speaking people in Israel with Israeli citizenship. So guys, this is our love story, to be continued. And I'm happy about the gifts that life gives me, that God gives me. Life is so interesting. And I want to admit that all my wishes comes true in this life, comes true. I thought that only one, my wish, cannot become true, the daughter. But no, no, God and life tells me never stop dreaming, because everything you want will come to you, but in the proper, the right time. Sometimes you want something right now, but God knows better when to give it to you, when you're the most ready. So Alina wanted to come to me and Sergey, not to me and my ex-husband. That's how it works in life. Alina, любопытная.
मामलेदार ऑफिसर आम्ही 10-15 लोक रातचे याक जायसर 12 लास्ट याक जायसर रोज कामच आता मी घराकडे आहे सर. हो 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 फाल्यां सकाळी येतले मी इश्कॉलान आसतले तुम्ही. रेडी येतले येतले म्हणजे कारण परवा भुरग्यांची एक्झाम दवरली आमच्या म्युझिकाच्या. ते पेपर मी ती आमची संध्या टिचर आहा न्हू ताका दिले तर मातशे भुरगे
Отражается. Да.
Спалили часть дерева.
Да. It's interesting, guys, if you wear the t-shirt, the clothes of your wife or your husband. I do. I love to wear Sergey's shirts and t-shirts. And I also want to say that I'm about to buy the tickets to the Philippines. Just have to decide where it's better to stay in the hotel on the way, in which city it's better to do. And maybe to stay in the Singapore, in my friend's house. Not very close way from India to the Philippines. So I have to think about how to do it better, how to do this better. Sorry for my mistakes, for my English. Because I will go alone with 3 children, and I want to make it as easy as possible for us, because Sergey will be in Israel at the moment when we will go to the Philippines to meet my parents, my aunt and my uncle there. I'm so excited about that. Cannot wait. So cannot wait until Misha and Kostya finished their school here in Goa. Very good Russian school. Very good. Education is very good in this school. So see you guys in the next vlog. See you in the Philippines. See you in the comments as always. And that is our love story. Happy to share this with you. Happy to remember to think again about how it all happened. So nice. So happy about that. So see you guys. Bye bye. Hugs to you all.